afternoon. Welcome back to Golden Acres. I'm Kim, and today I want to talk to you about what seeds I'm going to start. So I have my seed box here, and I keep my seeds currently in a Pinsy spice box, and I'm not advertising for them. It is not a sponsored video. This was a box we got when we got married, and seeds happened to fit great in here. So I've bought some from Baker Creek, but I also have seeds from like Dollar General in here. So my mom got me these for Christmas. So it's just a sunflower growing kit, which means there's sunflower seeds in here. She did it as my stocking stuffer. So she found these. So they seem like they're going to be a good bunch. And we're going to try those out. The ones that I seriously planned were these orders from Baker Creek as far as seeds. I'm going to try a Watham 29 broccoli. I got an onion seed. Onion seeds can be slightly finicky. They won't always end up with a bulbed onion underneath. So we're going to try them out and see how they do getting bulbs. This is a day 18 radish. So it's a French breakfast radish. And then golden beets. And yes, I picked these because Golden Acres. And then tall telephone peas. Peas are one of those things we don't necessarily like a whole lot. My dad loves them, and so my kids like them because Opa likes them. So we're going to try these out. Same with the beets. I did pick them because they were gold. Like, that was a big factor, but actually I picked them because they said they're sweeter, and beets aren't a vegetable we have found that we like a lot yet. So we're going to try a different type that's a little bit sweeter, a little bit more in our taste. I have a major sweet tooth. Andrew switches back and forth. He really likes that mix of sweet and salty. Like, give him trail mix and he is happy. Nero Spinach. I thought that sounded good. Spinach is one of our favorite greens, and we put it in everything. Cauliflower. Cauliflower is something I like. Andrew tolerates. He likes rice cauliflower with cheese sauce. I also got blue Ethotopian Emmer wheat. This is just something I wanted to try. It's slightly ornamental, and it's also an actual wheat. We do have a grain mill. It was actually left here on the property when we bought the property. So it needs cleaned up and other things. We probably won't try to mill it this year. And we're thinking the smallest that one actually goes down to is corn mill. So we might not even be able to do that with our wheat this year. We'll see on how it actually ends up. Oh, here was my free seed. I do want to get into spices, but this is a blue spice basil. They are currently allowing that you get up to 2 free seeds right now, depending on the size of your order. So definitely go check out their website. And once again, this is not sponsored. Baker Creek doesn't know who I am. I am too small of a channel. All right, a New England sugar pie squash. So this is a sugar pumpkin. We like pumpkin pie. We like pumpkin bread. We have a dog who's walking around because I'm in here. She's like, what are you doing in there? But they get grumpy when they're in here with me. I also like to make pumpkin butter. Pumpkin butter is one of those things not easy to can in your kitchen. You have to get things super hot for super long, and it's just not worth it. So freeze it. But we do like to make pumpkin butter. We also got a golden zucchini. Zucchini is one of those things. We'll make zucchini bread. They're not one of our favorites. It's just kind of there. We also go up to the farmer's market, so they're always looking for zucchini up there. Honestly, that was one of the most requested things at the end of the season. If you had late season zucchini, that people were looking for, which is actually surprising, because zucchini is one of those things that they like tell you not to leave your doors unlocked in your car when you go to church on Sunday in the summer, because they're gonna get in there. All right, this is a Titan sunflower. So we're gonna have two different types of sunflower, and these, because I will try the seed save a little bit, I will keep separate from the other sunflower because I know what type these are. With these, it isn't as super clear, although there's a paper in here that I probably just need to read closer for their variety. All right, Chinese white celery. I like celery in soups. I like to dry it and grind it up for celery seasoning. I am not a ants on a log, eat fresh celery person. So that is definitely one that we are going to freeze and save in that manner, or use fresh in soups or baking. I have only ever had fried okra. I've never had fresh from restaurants. I like it, so I figured we would try it. My son requested orange okra, so gin orange okra is what we went with. Oh, there's actually about two celeries. Glass gym corn. Went ahead and bought one of these. It was actually something my dad suggested for selling at the farmer's market. And also, now that we've discovered that we have a grain grinder, we can of course make corn flour. So I have 2 packages of that. Orchard baby corn. It's an early 65-day corn, so we'll be one of the first people at the farmer's market to have a small snacking ear sized of corn. Also, I love sweet corn, so having early sweet corn is awesome for me. And I have a couple, I guess, Walmart sweet corn packages that we'll put up later for ourselves. Woo! Stay still, camera. And then we have the Cherokee Trail of Tears beans. I know that's a controversial name, but the earliest record of these beans are being carried on the Trail of Tears. It is important to remember that history, even if we don't like it, even if it's ugly. It's just important. It is a long-grown bean. I decided to try it out. We throw beans in with things. It's also something we cook with, but we don't necessarily eat straight a lot. So a bean that could do several different types of cooking was important to me, and these do that too. So mostly that these can be used in a variety of different ways is why we bought these particular beans. It wasn't just for their name. We weren't trying to do shock value. We were just getting some corn. I'm looking at the corn right now because of the way it's set up. We're just looking to get some beans. So that's why we did that. And then I have several different types of tomatoes. So for us, we have the True Black Brandywine tomato. I got that one because I actually want to put it in chili. It sounded really good to put on the smoker and get it smoked and broke down and then put into a chili. So that's what I want to do that for. And then a Brandywine yellow tomato. Yellow tomatoes tend to have a little less acid, and my children have problems with tomato acid. And of course that comes out in diaper rashes for babies and not so pleasant bathroom experiences for the older two. So we are going to try a yellow tomato, which of course less acid, so canning it won't be as easy. If we wanted to make a sauce out of it, we would either have to add a canning acid to it or freeze it. So we might freeze it if it really makes a difference in digestion for them, or we might figure out that it's not worth it. And then Abe Lincoln tomatoes. I bought these for my dad. He was being indecisive. I told him for weeks, I'm putting in an order for seeds. Tell me what kind you want. I will just grab you a package of seeds. He wasn't happy with his beefsteak tomatoes this past year. I was like, Dad, I will start them for you. You don't have to worry about it. I will come over and I will plant them for you. And after that, he'll take care of them. No big deal there. But I was like, just tell me what kind you want. And he's like, okay, whatever. And just like ignored me the whole time. And I was like, fine, I'm just going to pick one out for you. So he gets an Abe Lincoln tomato and we're going to try that out. Also, the way I'm going to save seeds from the Abe Lincoln is getting seeds from over there. Because my dad wants like 2 or 3 plants. So he's not going to have a wide variety of tomatoes. So Abe Lincoln tomato seeds saved for the next year will be from the farm over there. And I might actually do that to my sister too. And I might send her the Brandy wine true black tomato, or at least one of them, and section it off over there. And hopefully then I can easily save seeds. But they're going to have to put up with me. And then I have a butternut orange squash. So that I like roasted butternut squash. We do it with honey and cinnamon. Some people do it with butter and cinnamon. But it was delicious. And then now I have some seeds that were given to me. Gerardale, blue-green pumpkins. So my kids are super excited to grow these. These came from my husband's aunt. And she gave a little bit out to everyone at Thanksgiving. So that was a very fun surprise. I also gave her some seeds of paste tomatoes that I saved from the neighbors. So, all right, and then we have, these are from Free Heirloom Seeds. They are a great charity. Once again, not sponsored. They're not paying me to promote them. I discovered them, and I want to say where I got these seeds from. So that's where I got this package. I sent them $2, and they gave me 4 packs of seeds. And let's start with the bottom. Red corded carrot. So these are going to be a different type of carrot. We like carrots in things. We're not particular yet because we haven't tried a variety of carrots. I just grew basic orange carrots from Walmart seeds this past year. So we'll see how that goes. Then they also sent me a Sheboygan paste tomato. I like to make sauces. So we're going to try those out for sauce. Once again, that also will let me have a good comparison of the brandy wine versus the paste tomato. Jimmy Nardello, which I probably am butchering. I am dyslexic, so I have actually got most words memorized. Reading is kind of weird for me. But Jimmy Nardello's sweet pepper. We like sweet peppers for eating fresh and also them putting in sautés because we do a lot of Mexican season. So like tacos, fajitas, which is, steak or chicken. We do a lot of pork. So then or like a chicken tortilla soup. And then here's the one I think we're going to do for the Single Seed Challenge 2022. This is a Hale's Best Jumbo Cantaloupe. My boys call these Opa's melon. My dad always buys cantaloupe in the summer. And then, of course, because Opa loves cantaloupe, the boys love cantaloupe. So because they're so enthused about growing this, I think for our Single Seed Challenge this year, to get my kids involved and the extra care that's going to go into it, you're going to do one of the cantaloupes. We're also probably only going to grow 1 or 2 cantaloupes anyway, because I don't like cantaloupe. Andrew doesn't like cantaloupe. As much as the kids say they like cantaloupe, they only like cantaloupe because Opa likes cantaloupe. So we're going to do that because they're going to be excited. It's going to be thrilling for them. They're going to be able to bring Opa his favorite melon through that. And they will have it with me, giving it extra love and attention. And it really is going to set them up for having positive experiences with gardening. And that's really the goal of gardening, not only to give my family food or to take stuff up to the farmer's market to sell it, but to give my kids a love of working with their hands and being involved and knowing where their food is coming from. So I have several others. These are my main ones that I'm going to be focusing on, possibly seed saving from, sectioning off. And then I have several others. I had grabbed some, these are all from Dollar General. I had grabbed some seeds, and then my husband's grandmother had brought us some over. So we have a California Wonder Pepper, which is just, you know, the basic peppers that most people grow in their gardens. A Clemson Spineless Okra. A Denver's Half Long Carrot. Chives. There's another thing of cantaloupe. I don't think these seeds will get used this year, but we might put them in an area for like a pig garden and maybe feed the pigs some extra cantaloupe. Some Wathan Butternut Squash. Once again, I already have another thing of butternut squash. Seeds, while stored correctly, can last a very long time. Do lose germination rates over the years. So I have several of these Wathan Butternut Squashes because they were like 10 for $1 or something at the end of the season. So we'll see. We might throw some more into the ground and feed them to the pigs this year. A tomato, Gardener's Delight tomato. So these are cherry tomatoes. Once again, we are not big fresh tomato eaters. We might throw these into the ground. We also might pack them up off to the farmer's market. A standard beefsteak tomato. I'm sure we'll plant quite a few of these and take them up to the farmer's market because people like to get their beefsteaks. My dad just wasn't happy with his, which is why I bought him his special ones. Crimson Sweet Watermelon. Kids like watermelon. Once again, we can't eat that much watermelon. Andrew and I don't really care. I'll make a watermelon salsa occasionally, but I think it kind of tastes like sweet and low. Like most watermelons, if there's a kind you like that has a significant taste to it, let me know and we'll try it out. A Detroit dark beet. We might go ahead and grow these for the kids because then we can compare. And also show that like beets can dye things. Like that's why we have bred other types of beets. So that's a cool lesson. But also my oldest is 4. He would get it because he thinks that's cool and he pays attention to that stuff. But it's not necessarily something he needs to learn right away. Kentucky Wonder pole beans. We like green beans. It's one of the vegetables that we eat the most, I would say. We cook it with butter and chicken broth. We get our chicken broth base from our neighbors that are Amish. They sell it up at their store, and it is delicious. I tell Ruby she's not allowed to go anywhere until she gives me the recipe. She giggles every time. Let's see. A national pickling cucumber. These I'm very excited to grow. My grandma made pickles every year when I was little. And we lost the recipe after she passed. My uncle took her recipe book and we're not on good terms. So we're letting bygones be bygones, and my dad and I scoured the internet. My grandmother made wonderful food, but she used very traditional cookbook recipes. So thankfully, we're pretty sure we found her original recipe, which is a 14-day pickling recipe. And now we get to try it out and see if it is her recipe. So we're excited to do that this year. My sister, she's like, I think I found it. I was like, no, you didn't, because you called it the wrong name, because it was a sweet pickle, not a bread and butter pickle. And she's like, really? You think you got it? I was like, yeah, me and Dad found a recipe. And then we also have a Macklemore cucumber. My mom likes cucumbers, so I'll probably just grow these for her. And then Golden Botman hybrid corn. Same. Golden Cross. And then Early Sun Glow. So these are slightly longer variety days, 75 days, and they have to put the things in different sections of the corn. Yeah, I'm seeing mostly 75 days. Oh, this one is a 63 day. So 63 day harvest on that sweet corn there. So that's the seeds I have this year. That's what we're planning out. Like I said, we'll be doing the cantaloupe. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to double check with my kids. So that could change because they might decide that they like want to do a radish because it's quick. You know, they're little. But that's what we're planning for now. If you like what we're doing here, please hit the like button below. If you want to follow along, please hit that subscribe button. And if you want to help us out, the best thing you do is share our videos on your social media and send us to friends who you think will like us. Thanks for coming out to be with us today. God bless.